2024 has got to be the worst year to be a kid. That's right, yet another influential YouTuber has been exposed as a pedophile, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not surprised. I feel like over the past couple weeks, so many creators have been exposed as child touchers, so I guess this is just another one to add to the pile. In case you haven't heard, Chris Tyson has been discovered to have done some pretty heinous things, so let's talk about them. Chris gained their fame by appearing on MrBeast's channel, which, you know, happens to be the biggest channel out there. And after appearing on that channel for years, Chris eventually had an announcement to make around a year ago that would shock the entire internet.
Yeah, I feel like about, maybe 6 months to a year ago, I started to see a change in your appearance.
Yes.
You started to look a little bit less masculine, a little bit less beardy.
Yeah.
At the exact same time, you looked like you were glowing, like you were more excited, like your posture was better, like you were like excited about life. Yeah, it was weird. I didn't realize how unhappy you looked beforehand.
Yeah.
Real quick, I know everyone has differing opinions on topics like this, so all I'm asking for is a basic level of respect in the comments. Thanks.
I was so scared of saying I'm a woman and then instantly hearing, no, you're not. Because in my head, I fought with that every day.
Anyways, after that video went live, there were large amounts of backlash because, I mean, it's the internet. That's what people are gonna do, whether it's the right thing or not. But the backlash isn't what I want to be talking about today. Usually, when things like this happen, people start looking into the history and digital footprint of the person under the microscope. And what people started finding was so much worse than you could ever imagine. But before we get into that, I need to give you some context. This is Shadman, also known as The Real Shadman, and he's pretty much this online artist that draws really inappropriate drawings of young cartoon characters. Like, I don't think I can even say what he does without this video being taken down, but it starts with an L. Like, let's take this innocent image of Eri from My Hero. What Shadman would do is create an absolutely horrendous drawing of her nude, and insanely sick thing to do. I really don't understand the brains of people that do this kind of shit. And his drawings don't just stick to cartoons. He even decided to draw Keemstar's underage daughter in the same sort of context. Some real inhumane shit. Now, I know all of this sounds really crazy, but trust me, there's a point to this. You're probably wondering how Chris is involved in all of this, so let me tell you. Chris has apparently bought some artwork off of Shadman, and yeah, I'm talking about those same underage drawings I was just talking about. Now, obviously, I can't show the actual image, but it basically depicts this practically nude young girl holding a gun, and Chris's caption reads, "Bonus fidget spinners to really throw in some extra autism at Shadbase." Now, I'm not completely sure what Chris is referring to there, but the photo is just sick. And the fact that Chris is publicly posting this on his page, giving Shadman more attention, is even worse. You could try and give Chris the benefit of the doubt and say that it might have been a typo or some kind of mistake, but the next couple things I'm going to show you, Chris definitely did on purpose. For example, in one of MrBeast's YouTube videos titled "Tipping Pizza Delivery Guys $10,000, you can see the drawing I was talking about hung up on the wall. Like, how the fuck are you gonna defend that? Why would you ever decide to put that type of shit on your wall if you're not some kind of weirdo? It makes me so uncomfortable how they're all just sitting around it like it's completely normal, and they aren't right next to a drawing of CP. And I wish this was the only evidence, but no, there's more. And believe it or not, it gets even worse. People managed to dig up a clip of one of Chris's streams where he jokingly promotes Shadman's website, showing it to his viewers. Just to be clear, by the way, this is the same website where Shadman posts his underage drawings. Drawings of children with minimal to no clothing. And Chris was showing it and promoting it on his stream. So answer me this, how does one accidentally do something like that? How do you accidentally stumble across drawings of CP? I don't think I could ever be browsing the internet and not realize what I'm about to click on or type into the browser. I feel like you kind of have to be in the know and frequent a site like that in order to actually get onto it. So that's what Chris must have been doing. And if we're honest, most of Chris's and MrBeast's audience are kids. So at the end of the day, not only was Chris looking at drawings of CP, but they were pretty much promoting porn to kids. Like, imagine the psychological damage that does to a kid. Chris is honestly just a terrible human being that needs to be dealt with in some way. And just to back that claim up, in case you still aren't convinced, let's look at even more evidence. Back in 2016, Chris tweeted, "Nothing gets my knob cranking like some l***." Maybe he's trying to be edgy or funny or something, but the joke really isn't landing and makes him look like the biggest weirdo on the planet. And in case you don't know what l*** is, first of all, don't look it up. It's the type of content I was telling you about earlier. So Chris is basically saying that he gets off to that kind of stuff. And sure, at first glance it seems like a joke, but after looking at all the evidence, it really doesn't seem like it is. Then in 2017, he tweeted yet again, under an image of the two Gravity Falls characters kissing, who, in case you hadn't guessed, are underage. They're twins, so at that point it's just masturbation, right? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like seriously, what the fuck is he talking about? Reading these tweets just makes me so uncomfortable. But in case you can stomach a little more, another tweet of his from 2017 reads, "That bitch looked good for a 4-year-old. I'm actually speechless. The worst part about all of this though, is that people seem to keep defending him online.
But it's gotten to the point where people started digging into like old tweets of theirs and stuff like that to find some reason to cancel them. And the latest thing is that apparently Chris Tyson is a pedophile because he made some edgy jokes about lolly and kids.
Edgy jokes? Brother, what are you talking about? I haven't read a single edgy joke from this dumbass this entire video. What the fuck is this guy talking about? The whole definition of a joke is something that makes someone else laugh. No one is laughing. No one reads these comments you make and lets out a single chuckle. But yet, you continue to make more. Here's one where Chris tweeted, "Low-key she cute," under a photo of Violet from The Incredibles. In case you didn't know, Violet is 14 years old. Yet again, Chris's attempts at edgy humor really just come off as creepy. It's almost as if she gets off on explicitly saying how she feels, but disguises it as some sort of joke. Like, this is genuinely concerning. Why are so many YouTubers and internet personalities turning out to be PDF files? I don't fucking get it. Like, my mind is actually blown. But let's move on to another Twitter thread. In this one, some random user linked Shadman's site, saying that the post was about Caillou. And if you've been paying attention to this video, you get the picture of what the content might be about. Anyways, Chris responded to this post, tweeting, "Help, I need an adult." Personally, I don't really know what that means, but it can't be good. Honestly, the response isn't as crazy as the other ones, but it's more down the route of like, why is she even in this thread or responding to it in the first place? The algorithm feeds you shit that you're interested in, so why is this the kind of content popping up for her? I don't get it. Something needs to be done about this. People like her shouldn't have platforms where they show animated CP to their young viewers. I'm sure you've seen what people have done with Dr. Disrespect and Cody Co over the past couple weeks, and honestly, from looking at the evidence, Chris should be receiving the exact same treatment. I'm sure there's gonna be more shit about this horrible person uncovered over the coming days or weeks, but the evidence already out there is plenty to confirm any suspicions. Yet another YouTuber has turned to the dark side. Anyways, I appreciate the support I've been getting on my channel. I love you guys, and as always, it's been Mikal, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.